Quick electronic demonstration of the harvester electronics. Power supply, we'll go ahead and turn that on. Back there. Here the motor's initiating. You see the X motor spinning in the forward direction. It does that while the color sensor right there, I don't know if you can see that well, but while it's looking for a red balloon. And you can see over here we got 6 limit switches. You got the X forward limit switch, the X reverse limit switch, the Y forward limit switch, the Y reverse limit switch, the Z forward limit switch, and the Z reverse limit switch. And you see we have 3 motors, an X motor, Y motor which isn't spinning, and the Z motor which is not spinning as well. The X motor is spinning forward as it looks for the color red until it hits the X forward limit switch, in which case it reverses. While it's reversing, it is no longer scanning for a balloon, it's just kind of hanging out chilling. As you can see, it put a red balloon in front of it, color sensor, and it's still spinning backwards. It does this until it hits the X reverse limit switch. Once I press that, you'll notice the X motor momentarily stops while the Y motor is going to pulse for half a second, and then the X is going to resume going back forward. I'm pressing the button now. There you go. Now I'll let the X motor spinning forward again. It is once again scanning. I am going to show you what happens when it finds a red balloon. Put the red balloon in front, the X motor back there will stop, the Z motor will start spinning forward until it hits the limit switch. Here comes the red balloon. There you go. X motor stopped. Z motor spinning forward. Z motor continues to spin forward until it hits the Z forward limit switch. I'm going to press that, simulating that it did hit that switch, in which case it pauses, and it'll begin to reverse. And it'll stay in reverse until I hit the Z reverse limit switch, in which case the X motor is going to go into reverse. The X motor stays in reverse until it hits the X motor reverse limit switch right here. Once I hit that, the Y motor is going to go in reverse, bringing it back to the home station. This simulates dropping off the pick balloon. I'm going to hit the X limit reverse limit switch now. Notice the Y motor spinning in reverse, and it will do this until I hit the Y reverse limit switch right here, in which case all motors will pause. This simulates dropping off the picked balloon. Once it drops it off, you'll notice the X motor is going to begin spinning forward again until it hits a limit switch or it sees the red balloon. Now I'm going to also demonstrate that it will ignore other colors. Here is a green balloon, which we put right in front, and it's still spinning backwards. Green. I'll go back to the red balloon. X still spinning forward, and I'm going to come over right in front of the center. Notice that the X stopped and the Y spinning forward. This simulates the picker arm going forward. Once again, it'll hit the Z forward limit switch, in which case it'll momentarily pause and then reverse the Z motor until it hits the Z motor reverse limit switch, in which case the X is going to go into reverse. The X going into reverse is simulating going back to the home station, or the home X position. It goes all the way furthest to the right, where it hits the X reverse limit switch, and then the Y motor is going to reverse. Simulates it going to the top right hand corner. Once again, like it's dropping off a picked fruit. I'm going to hit the Y reverse limit switch again, and we'll pause all motors. This is momentarily paused for the fruit to be dropped off. Once again, it's going forward, scanning. See if I got some other colors here we can put in front of it. A white piece of paper. I'll try that out. You can see it just kind of ignores it. Still going forward because it's not red. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, here's black. We'll see what happens with black. That's just a Radio Shack piece of cardboard back for the heat shrinking that I used. Nice and close in front of it. It ignores that. And we'll return back to the red balloon. See, it's stopped. And Z motor is turning forward. One more time. Z motor spins forward until I hit the Z forward limit switch, in which case it will momentarily pause, and then go right back into reverse until I hit the Z motor reverse limit switch. The X motor's kicking back on, and it's all being controlled by an AT Mega 328 right there in the center. Board I made and designed. And see, the motors are being driven by two separate motor controllers. This motor controller right here is running an A3966 motor controller, and that is controlling the Z motor, which isn't spinning right now. And the two bigger motors, the X and the Y motor, is being controlled by an L290, what is it, 298? Yep, the L298. And it's running both the X and the Y. I'm gonna hit the X limit switch, the X reverse limit switch, send the Y motor back in reverse. Once again, simulating it is dropping off a water balloon until I hit the Y reverse limit switch. Everything pauses. And that is the electrical portion of the harvester. There's one more board being etched out. I pick it up on Monday. It's going to replace solderless breadboard right here. And that is just a big bouncing circuit for each of the limit switches. Now, that's it.